Hey everybody, it's Kristina. I'm bringing you the Capricorn life purpose reading to you today. It is August, and this summer I decided to bring my gifts to good use, and I did a life purpose reading for every sign in the Zodiac, and today is my last reading for the Zodiac life purpose. It is Capricorn. And I'm going to read from my notes really quick so I don't mess up the information. You are born between December 22nd and January 19th, and that makes you a Capricorn. And you're typically very wise people. You're intelligent. You're very practical and dedicated no matter what you do. I feel like you're very good with probably math or numbers. You're logical. You're down to earth. You enjoy helping people. I feel like a career in management would be a good match, or even like programming, like computer programming. Something with numbers, something that requires a lot of logic. I really can't think of what computer programmers do. It's just way over my head. I just know it's a lot of math, and it takes a lot of attention to detail, and very precision is required. A lot of precision, because if you mess up one code, the whole computer isn't going to work. The program is just out of whack. If just something is wrong, it's the thing that only you can know, Capricorn, what you want to do. I don't know you personally, and the cards don't know you personally. What knows you personally is yourself and your soul and your spirit guides and the people around you, your spirits and your yourself. That's what knows you and knows what you want. I'm just bringing you just some advice as an empath, and some of the cards from the spirit guides, what they think would be a good match for Capricorn. But just take this reading with an open mind and see what you can glean from it, and hopefully some of this information can apply to you. I'm an empath, I'm a healer, I'm a reader, and I'm just bringing you some insight. And this information isn't going to apply to every Capricorn out there in the universe, but hopefully it can apply to at least a great deal of you, and can give you some more information on who you are as a person, and possible career prospects. I really feel management is a good bet for the Capricorn person. They like to lead. They're really dedicated, and if you're a manager, people are counting on you. People are depending on you. You're their leader. If there's a snowstorm and everyone is snowed in, the manager of that business has to be there. So the manager has to show up for the most part and make sure things get done while everyone else is stuck at home and can't get out. The manager has to continue doing the task. I'm just saying, using that example. The manager just has to just pick up the slack for everyone else who isn't or can't do their work. So I'm just thinking maybe management would be a good opportunity for the Capricorn who is wise and logical and good with people, and just really dedicated to the task. You're practical and you don't like to take risks, so I don't think engaging in a startup business would be a good bet if you're the cautious person who's just afraid that things will just fail, because it's a good reality for startup businesses, or even any business, that it's just not going to work out and it's going to fail. At least you tried, right? But if you're not even willing to take that chance, you just have to outweigh the risk against the pros. So see if it's a risk worth taking for you. So I just think that, Capricorns are good with numbers. They're good with people. They're fairly feeling oriented. They enjoy socializing and helping the family and the friends, and I think they just like to feel important. But that's pretty much true for everybody. We all want to feel like we're needed, and we're important to someone. But anyway, that's enough for the traits. I'm not gonna bore you if I don't have to. So I'm just gonna pull the cards, which is probably what you're really wanting to know, what cards I pulled for you. Anyway, so here we go. I got the speaker card. Speaker. If you're comfortable getting up in front of people, like being a teacher, and maybe some kind of college professor or a trainer, and you have to like teach people and lead. You get to be the leader, and this could be a good thing for you to do. Find a job or a career where you're required to talk a lot and teach and just kind of pave the way for other people. But this card says your life purpose involves your skills of oration. So if you feel the need to get up in front of a lot of people and talk and make money at it, then by all means, find something that will allow you to be fulfilled doing this. Everyone appreciates a good speaker, you bring in wisdom to them, and hopefully you're not going to put them to sleep, because that just would not be good. But you got to be somewhat engaging and entertaining. But if you're that person, find a career that allows you to do that, and that goes back to kind of being a manager, because speakers are technically like they're above the little people, they're kind of higher up, and they're just just talking about what they know, and they're being helpful. And that's what the Capricorn typically like to do. They just like to help people and just make a difference wherever they can. So, and then I got children. So this is for the family-oriented person. Sorry, my dog is in the room, so I'm a little distracted. But this is children, the children card. So this is for the Capricorn who just loves to be with children. Now, you could be a stay-at-home parent, and that's fine. That's a job in itself, being a stay-at-home parent. You're making a difference if you can change that child's life, and really turn that child into something wonderful and amazing, to go out to just conquer the world and just do amazing things for the world. Or if you just want to work in a school setting, it goes back to teaching, it goes back to, just helping the younger people, become better people. And this says your life purpose involves helping, teaching, and healing children. So, you could work at a preschool, or you can just volunteer to read to kids at elementary school, just something where you're just making a difference to someone else. You're going to be a lot more fulfilled if you're doing something that you enjoy. So just find a job with kids if that's what you're called to do, and just help them, be amazing people as they get older. And this goes back to leadership. I just keep feeling, the Capricorn is going to make an amazing leader or a manager if they really are drawn to that. It's just taking the lead, just taking the reins from other people, and getting the job done. And that's what the Capricorn likes to do. They like to be dedicated. They just like to be on top of things, I think you'd probably be even a good paralegal, a lot of researching, It's pretty much a high-stress job, but, Capricorn, they're pretty much on top of that kind of thing, They like to, they like that high-stress environment for the most part. Like I said, this doesn't apply to everyone, but, I hope this resonates you somewhat, that this applies to you in some way. But this card says, take charge of the situation. So no matter what job you're doing, whether you're a paralegal, if you're a manager, if you're just a cashier, just look for more responsibility so that you can advance. And, and just be the leader. And, even if you're just the janitor cleaning the bathrooms at a motel or something, or, at a store, just work your way up by looking for more things to do and more tasks to do, and just taking advantage of the opportunities that come to you. You don't, just because you're in a dead-end job doesn't mean you'd stay in a dead-end job forever. If you just show some ambition and your talents, you could make your own career and work your way up to, more of a leadership position. An artist, I don't know if you're really drawn to art. I mean, I don't feel that the Capricorn's very artsy and very, cultural. So I think that Spirit just wants Capricorns out there to just relax more, they're not being logical, when they're not at their high stress job, when they're not being managers and speakers, and just go home and take out your crayons and your pencils and even if it's just needlework, or, or if you're sewing, if you're into sewing, just take some time to have some hobbies that's fun and relaxation, and, we don't have to be logical all the time. You can be more silly. This card says, engaging in artistic activities is beneficial to your career in every other area of your life. Maybe you'll start out just coloring, and then you find out that you do have a real talent. And you just never know unless you try. Maybe you just want to do it for fun. Just sit there and paint, with watercolors or whatever, you're drawn to do. But just make sure that you incorporate some fun into your life, some relaxation, because we all need that. We all can't work all the time. We'll burn ourselves out. We'll probably die very, very quickly. We'll be highly stressed out and not very happy people. So I think this card is for everybody. You got to make time for yourself. You got to make time to be silly and be a child at heart, and just play, just have fun with water paints and finger paints and crowns and gel pens and whatever you're drawn to. So just explore the arts and the crafts and see where it takes you. And I got the Justice card, and like I said earlier, I feel like Capricorn would make a good paralegal if they're drawn to, doing paralegal work. Because you like the logic behind the research, because when you're doing legal work, it has to be accurate, 100%. There's no room for errors whatsoever, especially if you're into criminal law, because you're in charge of someone's life, pretty much. Whether they go to prison or they were sentenced for a very long time, you're in charge of finding that information that could put them away or put them back on the street. And so, that's a lot of pressure on you. It's a lot of researching as well. But I think the Capricorn is the type of person that would enjoy that kind of environment. And if that's you, then, by all means, explore that kind of environment and see how you do with it. And he says this, your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. So, it goes back to being helpful, because if you're a paralegal, that lawyer really needs you to get that research done, to get that job done, And so, the paralegal or even a law clerk or anyone in the legal field or even a police officer, people are counting on you. People are needing you because you're in charge of someone's life. So, you can pretty much make or break them. It's a very important task. So if you're up to that kind of work, go for it. Go for the justice. Go for the legal field or protection services. Just You know, if it makes you happy and you think you can be good at it, you know, do it. And I think this card, well, it says let go. And I think a lot of Capricorns are very goal-oriented. And like they don't like to just stop something if it's not working. Like if you're working on a task and it's clearly not bringing you the results you want, you're gonna want to just stay on top of that and just keep going. But it's not working, right? You know, just, I don't know, whatever you're trying to do isn't accomplishing what you want to accomplish. And this card just says, just stop and just find a new way of going about things. Walk away from the situation in order to resolve it. So maybe your job isn't working out. Maybe your career path isn't working out. Maybe your life isn't working out the way you hoped it would. So what are you going to do? You gotta find a new way, right? You gotta find, a new way, because why stay on the same path if that path is not leading you where you want to be? You know, it's like being lost in the countryside. You know, would you keep going and getting deeper into the country if you have no idea where you are? Or would you try to ask directions, or, you know, or turn around and go a different way and try to find your way to where you need to be? So that's kind of this card is saying, if what you're doing isn't working, then find a new way, get help, seek assistance from your guides, from other people, just who can lead you, who can guide you where you need to be in life. So don't be afraid to just walk away if it's not working. If that job isn't working, you know, find a new job. You know, you got to take chances in life, you got to take risks in life, you know, but you can't stay on the same path that's not working, because you're just going to get even more lost and more lost and more lost, and, you know, you're just not going to end up in a good place. So this card just says let go and find your way into a better place. And this card is studying. So I think, you know, if you're going to be an engineer or a teacher or any kind of career with high-tech logic and precision, you know, chances are you're going to need a higher education, or even if you just go to some kind of trade school and just learn some skills, you know, you're going to have to study, crack the books, you know, learn some stuff. And this is reading, research, education will help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. You know, even if you go to school and you don't use your career, you know, a lot of people do that. You know, you go to school and you realize it's not what you want. You know, at least you gave it a shot. At least you tried it. There's no harm in trying. You know, if it doesn't work out in the long run, at least you know that, you know, you did your best. And I think this card is just saying, just know as much as you can. Because, you know, you're only here on Earth for just a certain amount of time. So learn as much as you can while you're here. Whether you pick up a new language, a computer course, or just something. I mean, history, you need to just learn history, you know. I mean, what are you going to do with history, right? Even an art course, which is, yeah, even more senseless than history, because what are you going to do with art, right? Unless you work in a museum. I mean, just learn. I mean, just know, because, I mean, people like to be around people who are very smart and can have conversations about different topics, you know. And if you know all about history and artwork and Picasso, and, you know, people will be engaged. They want to be around you. They want to soak up your wisdom. So that's what this card is just saying. Just be wise. And this card says that you're protected. And a lot of Capricorns out there, you don't like to take risks, you know, like start up businesses, because you just want to know that your feet is going to be on the ground. You're not going to, you know, go belly up and be bankrupt in like 4 days or whatever. But, you know, this card just says, just trust. Ask your guides for help. Ask your soul, ask your spirit selves, you know, ask your higher self, whatever you want to believe in. Ask for help. If you're feeling cautious and you're not sure if you should go on that path or not, if lead you to the right direction. Just go within and find out, you know, if it's going to end up well or not. You know, just try to make yourself feel better, and not be cautious, because what if you don't take that chance? You know, you never know how it could have ended up if you don't take that risk. So this card just says you're safe and supported while you change your career. So like I said earlier, if you walk away from your career that's not working, just know that it was meant to be. You know, it's just meant to be. So you just have to believe in yourself. And my dog's barking. But that's your career reading, Capricorn. And I hope you were able to get some insight out of it. And I hope you're able to apply the knowledge that I picked up from the cards. And I hope that you're able to use it to your best advantage. And that, you know, if you ever need any help with readings or healings, you know, I'm here to help you. But always be sure to ask your spirit guides for wisdom. All right, thanks. Bye.